If it was meant as a message to Arab leaders, it was a graphic one. The office of Gaza's Hamas Prime Minister, visited on Friday by his Egyptian counterpart, has been reduced to rubble by Israeli airstrikes. It was a key target of a fourth day of bombardment. But Hamas says that civilians and children have been among the victims of the attacks. Our chief correspondent, Alex Thompson, is in Gaza. Alex.
Yes, as you might expect, frantic efforts to try and find a diplomatic way out of this, particularly amongst Arab nations. But the feeling there, as around the world, is pretty basic. There's only one nation on the planet that can perhaps stop Israel if it is hell-bent on a ground invasion. That's the US. It isn't going to happen in all likelihood. That leaves a day like today relatively quiet, but still 200 attacks on the Gaza Strip. We've been filming in a number of places, including the city hospital, so some viewers might find some of the images in this report distressing.
Gaza City just before dawn. Whatever Israel defines as a target, it says it's now hit almost 900 here in 4 days. Israeli military video shows the Prime Minister's office destined for destruction. Nobody was there. With the sound of Israeli drones overhead and the smouldering ruins, this was where Hamas officials met the Egyptian Prime Minister just yesterday. And today they wanted to meet Tunisian officials in the same place. That is not going to happen. Phase 2, the Israelis said, was all about destroying Hamas official offices. It's well underway. You don't stay in any one place very long in Gaza. When you move fast through largely deserted streets. The smoke of the latest incoming attacks clearly visible. Early this morning, rescuers in the debris of 3 family homes destroyed in the densely populated Jabalia district of Gaza City. Next come the children, scavenging for wire and metal to sell on. And then suddenly, 18-year-old Zakaria Salah wanders, dazed, over what was home just 4 hours ago.
We were sitting at home when it was hit. I lost consciousness. I woke up in hospital.
His father, a senior Hamas official, wasn't there. At least 30 people were in these houses and were injured, 5 of them small children. Like 2-year-old Lama, who had come to the house with her mum, Fatma, for a sleepover.
I said, I'm okay, but I've got to check on my family and daughter. So I got into the ambulance and they brought me my daughter. She was covered in blood, but alive. I said, thank God.
2 floors down, the 12-bed intensive care unit is certainly coping, but it's full.
As you see, the case is coming and coming and coming.
Feet away, they fight to preserve life.
We receive 2 patient, infant patient, 11 months, burn, total burn 95%, and is still breathing.
Burns.
Yeah, still breathing, and within 1 hour it's died. And you can imagine, how do you feel? How do you feel? I take him and I cried.
Outside the scrum as Tunisia's foreign minister tours the hospital, condemning the Israeli onslaught, but silent on the Hamas rockets. Hamas released video today claiming to be their units attacking Israel, and we certainly saw the trails of outgoing rockets here today. Hamas officials on the streets today heard an Israeli jet, looked up anxiously, and then declared victory.
From here, amidst the rubble, we tell the Palestinian people, the Islamic and Arab nation, we are here to flash the victory sign. We are here to declare victory.
But whoever claims victory here, Gaza's health minister, who's also a surgeon, had the latest statistics this morning.
We have 39 people killed, most of them civilians, and we have about 370 people wounded.
Figures which translate into this: another Gazan mother praying for another Gazan son. God help us, she whispers. Please keep him alive.
Well, while Gaza was being powered in, as we've reported, 2 rockets fired by Hamas into Israel, heading towards Tel Aviv. Both were swatted out of the sky by what Israel calls its Iron Dome missile protection scheme. Meanwhile, our reporter on that side of the fence, literally and figuratively, Inigo Gilmore, travelled south to take a look at the massive build-up of military materiel around Gaza on the ground.